going live here, but once that course ends, it's $1,500 a course. And all that course is, every one of those courses, whether it be Century 21, ERA, Coldwell Banker, you name, you put them in, they're all basically the same. And there's good content in them, but it's just not, if I put you in a room for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks, what are you going to remember? And what are you going to be able to implement that you remember? And that's where you run into trouble. So, all right, good morning, guys, for everybody that's here and joining us also on YouTube. This is Digital Mastery. We have a bunch of people in a bunch of different places, so this is going to be an open forum class today. Let me just kind of survey the room. And let's get everybody where they need to be for this, because there's other things. We're going to move on from this probably next week after, and get you guys really going to the point that you want to be going to, which is starting to work this to get clients. So first of all, is everybody's website here now set up? And I'm not saying that you have every page on it like we just talked about, or every whatever, but it's presentable to the fact that if you were to share it with a client, you'd be happy with it. Okay, so we're good there. We just learned how to blog at our little mini not class series, and I can show you how to blog very simply if you're interested in that, but that's creating your own content. One of the ways we create our own content, as I was explaining, I do about three or four things. I do a homeowner's tip every Monday. I'll be quite frank, I usually let ChatGPT write it. I go in and edit it to my liking, add a graphic, and it posts. It goes into my Publer, which again, don't you worry about Publer yet. We're going there. You and I are going to go there real soon. But for you guys that are using any of the stuff that sends out your RSS feed, Real Simple Syndication, you can get it from your blog and send it out. Now we have to set the RSS feed up on there. I have instructions. We have to get instructions how to do that too. But anyway, long story short, you can do that or share it out. Every Wednesday, I do a recipe article, and on Thursdays, I do a local video review. All of those also go on my social media, especially the video reviews go on my YouTube page. Why is that so important? I take tons of hits. People want to see, a review of a restaurant or a review of, anything that you do. So that's kind of some content for your website. We're going to do content creation coming up. So let's not go too crazy with that. I just wanted to mention it since we did bring it up, especially right before you got here. Social media. Everybody here has their social media set up for pretty much all the platforms that they want to use, right? With the same username, and you're happy with them. Huge. Okay. So then again, your next action item, if you guys want to, go with what your action items are, the first action item of what we need to put on your to-do list is to teach you how to put new content, whether it be blog posts or pages, on your website. So if you want to write that down, you can, just, as something we're going to check off, something that you can bring up when you're ready. Say, hey, Bill, I want to add this, I want to add a first-time home buyers page. I want to add a 55 and over page. I want to add a page on my thing about a specific neighborhood or a specific town or a downtown. And that's the stuff we'll work on to increase the content and make your website stronger and stronger and stronger. Anybody that wants to have a perfect website before they start a business, I was telling the story yesterday, I think you and I were talking about it, about the fact that companies like Coca-Cola, when the web came out, they didn't have websites. They've been in business for all those years. People went out and bought their domains. They had to pay sometimes thousands and more of money just to buy Coca-Cola.com, because savvy people went and grabbed them. And when Coca-Cola did get them, did they stop their business and say, wait, let's get a perfect website, then we'll start selling Coke again? No, you guys don't need to either. Your website, there's two things about your website. The first thing about your website is that you have to have it up and functional, which again, you guys all just assured me that you do, and I believe you do from looking at your websites. The second thing to remember is that your website is never done being updated. Too many people that are out there this is good. I want to talk about this for a second and we'll get to content. Too many people that are out there get a website, they slap a website together, right? And you guys don't have to do anything to your website. Quite honestly, if you were to do two things, number one, get your bio on there. And number two, send, again, this is all stuff you have to send to Brenda or whatever for our company to get on there. And number two, your social media feeds. You could leave your website as is, and guess what? It's very functional. Century 21 does a good job with the neighborhood news, which hopefully we're getting resolved right now on yours. It does a good job. It has the mortgage calculator. It has the what's my home worth. There's all those different things that are on there that are all very good. And honestly, and 99% of realtors, once they get that their bio and their picture and whatever on there, never touch their website again and let people visit it. The problem with that is search engine optimization. If you want a website that's going to draw people to you, Google looks for new, fresh content. One of the beautiful things about our industry is that the people that are in it are completely unsavvy when it comes to this. We have, this is horrible. The girl whose office is right there that was in here telling us the story about the girl that was in.
I remember.
You don't remember her name either, so make me feel better.
I remember her name, but she was blonde, right?
Yeah. Pam.
Where is she?
She goes back and forth to Michigan.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. She's a realtor there and here.
Oh, nice.
So she'll be back in. But anyway, Pam was telling us about this realtor who's a top realtor in Dunedin. And just for the sake of this conversation, which she and I were having, we looked her up. It's a top realtor. I'm not going to say her name. She had between Instagram, Facebook, whatever, less than 500 followers. Posting all the time. Not any good stuff, but just all real estate. And why? Nobody followed her because they're not interested, right? Unless you're looking to buy or sell a home right now, what do you care? And we'll get to that in a minute. But people that do that don't post, and they put these things together, they don't understand that you guys are going to move up the search engine relevancy very, very quickly. And the reason is because if you keep updating your webpage, if you say, I'm going to put 2 blog posts a week of current events, whether it be a recipe, a homeowner tip, maybe it's what's happening in the town. I do the one every Thursday that has all the happenings. It's going to keep fresh content going to search engines. There's nothing that search engines love more than fresh, new content. So what do? They move you right up the list. I'm going to give a compliment to one of our competitors, who, in my opinion, as a company, are the absolute best, not only in the Tampa Bay area, but regionally, maybe in the state. It's a company called Smith. They're in St. Pete. Trying to remember where. It doesn't matter where they are. They have a couple offices in St. Pete. They must hire somebody. They put fresh, good blog content out all the time. When you go into the Tampa RSS feeds, one of the things I tell you to be careful with, make sure you don't grab an RSS feed with great stuff and realize it's another real estate company. I say that because Smith & Associates is ranked as a top 30 blog in all of Tampa for everything, not just real estate, for everything. Why? Because they're doing this. And if you go in, guess what? They're higher in the search engine results than some of the top teams in real estate. I won't say names because we're live on YouTube, but you think of that one that's the official realtor of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they got billboards all over and TV ads. You'll find Smith & Associates first because of the content. You guys have that same power with doing this. So that's why content's so important. Okay. So once you so that's on your list. The other thing that's on your list that we need to do is to build out all of the information on your social media pages. Actually, this is number 3. Number 2, I want to talk about before. I think number 2, you don't have to worry about because I think you're already done. The second thing I want you to do before we talk about number 3 is I want you to build a Facebook group. I want you to think about, yours is built, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to think, yours is built too, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to think about something that is local, that is not real estate related, but you can share your real estate too. Let me give you some examples. I have the 60 some pages that you saw, right? That I just had up when we were doing before. Each of those are for the different towns and the counties. Let me back up about this. When you go to do this, you want to be specific. In 2016 or 17, I created the first of all of those pages that we have in Florida. It was called Tampa Bay Scene. Tampa Bay Scene has been around, like I said, longer than all. In 2016, 2017, I created that group. Because it is a regional group, it does not have any traction. In all that time, I only have about 900 likes on that page, on that group. It's a group, okay? There's nobody built in and bought into it being a community. The reason is people from Ruskin are on there, people from Plant City are on there, people from Brooksville are on there, people from St. Peter are on there. And what do these people really have locally in common? Not much other than they're from the Tampa Bay area. Conversely, I started my Newport Richey group a little over 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago at this point. I have over 40,000 people in that one group. My Port Richey group, which I hardly even, has over 3,000 people, and I've never even really worked it. Why? They're small, tight-knit communities talking about just what's going on inside the borders of those four walls. I have, other ideas, if you don't want to just say, I'm going to do a town, you can do a neighborhood. Now, a neighborhood's going to kind of cut you short in some ways, unless it's a huge neighborhood. Hey, I'm going to do the villages, and you say, I'm going to do this part of the village or whatever, not that the villages, anybody's going to do this here, but, there are things like that you could do downtown St. Pete, for example, and focus on selling real estate there. There's a wide draw for that. Clearwater Beach, instead of just doing all Clearwater. And I have a Clearwater Beach group, by the way. There's a wide draw for that.
How do you get people to join your group?
We're going to get to that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And it's easy. The group is the easiest thing to get people to join, and it's the easiest thing to get people going in. I'll tell that story in just a second. But let's say you don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do a town, or I don't want to do a neighborhood. You can also do it around an interest. So I have an agent that I train that has one for Tampa Bay golf enthusiasts. I had another one. I thought he was crazy. Doesn't have the biggest following, but has probably the most dedicated one. He's a Tampa Bay area chess players. That's what he was into. If you're a boater, Tampa Bay boating enthusiasts is a great group, okay? The idea is to create a group that has local interest for what people are interested in as a hobby, as an area. People want to know what's going on in their neighborhood. They want to know what's going on in their town. However you want to pick it, because that's what's going to draw people to join and to participate and to ultimately get to know you. And when their time comes or their friends' time come, recommend or use you as a realtor. You asked a great question. How do I get people to join this? Well, here's the thing. If you create a Facebook page, if I create a Facebook page and it says Bill Zeltman, Realtor, who's interested in joining and who is going to join my page? My mom, my dad, my sister refuses to have social media, so she's out.
Yeah, because that's not something.
My very good friends,
Right.
my new client, hey, follow my page. So let me ask you something. My new client decides to follow my page. I sell their house or I help them buy a house. 3 months after that, do they have any interest in my page? Do they care what any of the things I talk about real estate are?
No.
People only care about the things they're interested in right now. It's a trip on words, but if you follow it, it makes complete sense. So if today you say this is the week I'm going to buy a new car. So now you're all over and you're looking at reviews of Fords, of Mazdas, of BMWs, of Chevrolets. You're getting all this, right? Friday, you make your decision and buy your car. Of course, what's happened? We'll talk about this is a whole other, but retargeting now has you getting ads for all of the car things. Monday, you're getting ads for Suzuki's and this, that. Do you care? Are you interested? Are you going to like their page? You're going to go look at it? No, you already made your buying decision. That part's over. Now what are you interested in? You're interested in where I can go take a day trip. So now you've gone someplace else. What we have to do in our groups and what make groups successful and what make people join groups is make them about things people are interested in now. So my Newport Richie group, first thing I did was I walked downtown and took flyers and invited all the local business people. If you own a restaurant, I want you to put your lunch special on there every day. You know why? The person that's 3 shops down wants to know what they're going to order for lunch that day. I want to know what's going on in Sims Park. And again, if you're in Clearwater, what's the new amphitheater there? Wherever you are, that's the kind of stuff. If you're doing a golf page, what's the great new place to play? What's the new club that everybody's using that's helping them not golf like me?
Yeah, right.
You have to find that niche. And when you start posting that niche, guess what? I'm interested in golf today. I follow Rich's page. I'm never going to use him as a realtor, obviously. I trained him and whatever. He's a good friend, but I'm going to follow that group because the articles he puts in there, I want to hear about the new golf course that opened. I want to hear about the work they did to change the bunker at blah, 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 local country club that I might go play because I'm interested in that. I want to hear about the marina and how they did upgrades or the new electronic gadget I can put on my boat, right? So this is when you go to decide what your group is going to be. You need to keep it locally because like my buddy that did the chess one, he could add chess players tomorrow. He could have, Russia. He could have a ton of Russians on there. Russians love to play chess, right? By being stereotypical, I'm not trying to be, but it's, it's very popular in Russia. He doesn't necessarily want those people unless they're going to buy a house in Florida, which I don't think they can right now, but that's a different story. So he did Tampa Bay area to keep people local. Now, does that mean somebody from other areas? Well, wait a minute. I live in Iowa. I'm moving to Tampa and I'm interested in chess. Perfect. Come join my group and get to know the people here before you move. And guess what? When you get ready to move, come meet your fellow chess enthusiast who's also your realtor.
Are you also putting stuff about real estate in your group, or you're only doing it?
Do you write my curriculum? Next thing on the list. You also need to sprinkle real estate in with everything else going on. So let me see if I'm not going to be able to do it from here. I'll show you once we get off of here. But Admin Assist in groups is one of the most powerful things that I love about real estate. Did you finish yours,
I got it up.
Tina? In the group, the Admin Assist, remember we're having you write on, right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay. So Admin Assist
that's the best.
is the best thing going, okay? So let me give you what it is. We'll teach you to do this. Don't get, no. She hasn't created a group yet.
No, but I got it up.
Boy, you jump
so
ahead.
you can see.
Yeah. Okay, so let me explain. Once you get the idea for your group and we get it set up and we get everything going on it, we're going to go into what's called admin. So you're going to get your regular content that's going to have to go on there about whatever it is that you're doing. And that's the main thing of the site, right? Especially when you get 20, 30,000 people in there and they're talking and blah, blah, blah. But what you want to do is be in their head every day, reminding them you're a realtor. So Admin Assist, you have all your Admin Assist set up, did you say?
Yeah.
So you have two weeks worth? No, I'd rather maybe look at hers when she comes back. Because I want to get yours right, Jerica.
No, I do have
Okay.
it set up.
So every Monday, so for example,
I got one set up.
I have one that goes out that says Discover the Beauty of Newport Richie. And it talks about, whatever. And it has a link to that page I showed you earlier, my Newport Richie page on my website. That goes every other Monday. The opposite Monday, I have one maybe that says Thinking of Selling Your House. And it goes to my selling page. And then Tuesday, post 1, post 2, post 1, post 2, Wednesday, post 1, post 2, Thursday, post 1, post 2, Friday. And what those posts do, they're every other week, so it's not the same thing over and over. It's only twice a month. So it's certainly not overkill. You see television advertising way more than that. And when the rest of the content goes through, it's just sprinkled in. But it's a reminder every day. every day, every day. The other thing that I do that's not real estate related, but I put in there two other things. One, I do a welcome post once a week, and it welcomes all the new members. Why do you do that? Making sure they're tagged and whatever else? Because people will join a group because they see it and forget they joined it 3 minutes later. At the end of the week, when they get tagged, oh, that's right, I did grab that group. And usually they'll look back in, oh, why? How was I tagged? Why was I tagged? Now they're in the group again, and it reminds them. Again, don't worry about too much with this because we're going to do this as a thing here. I'm just giving you an overview right now. The other one I do every Thursday, I call it, I have a theme for Thursday, is it's for all the local businesses in my area to share their business stuff and to post in this post, under this post, I have a little meme there, post your local business. I get 300, 400, sometimes more posts every week from local businesses telling them about their stuff.
And that's not a separate group, that's just a post.
It's just a post
title.
using the admin that I do once a week. All right, so these are the top priorities for you for right now. So let's go back where you are on the list. Number one, everybody's website's set up. Number two, everybody's social media set up. Number three, we want to get your group set up, and I am going to give you number four. Number four is then we need to go back into each of your socials, or at least the ones that you want to focus on now and use. You don't need to use them all. You certainly don't need to start using Snapchat right now. Some people just, Pinterest. Pinterest is a hit or miss, depends on the person. I put Pinterest together. I had my RSS feed for my website go on it. I forgot my login. I couldn't even get in. I had to do the thing, lost password and whatever. I was getting 30,000 views a month. It's my recipe.
What's RSS?
Real simple syndication. In other words, the feed from my website was just posting to Pinterest, and it was working.
Oh, because you were posting regularly.
Yeah, because it was just going in there regularly, and it was my recipes and my homeowner tips. And what is Pinterest all about? Do it yourself. Yeah. Yep. And so, of course, my real estate was getting stuff because I have my listings were going in there, and my some of my other stuff. So it worked out really well. So there's kind of where we are right now. So we can all cross out the website again, though. You're going to want to add more stuff to it, and let's keep that there. Your groups. The two of you have groups. How is your group going, Jerica? Because Jerica has a very unique and very cool group. Tell them about your group.
I haven't updated it in a while.
All right, get out. Back to the classroom. Go get to work.
Other things.
I know. No, go ahead.
No, my group has been going good. I wanted to show it to everybody.
Can you pop it up on the screen? You know how to hit
oh,
airplay?
wow.
Is that? Oh, it's not an Apple. I don't know how.
Sorry. You guys can see it from here. I think I showed Tina, I'm not sure. Honestly, like I said, I've been focusing on my pages and my other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put more focus again on my page, but this is what I had before. Like I have a post that says time for Friday favorites, share this week's favorite go-to or go-to bite.
Mm-hmm.
So my page name is to cook, so I can put my own recipes or
Mm-hmm.
I go to my favorite. Here's a few that I went to. I have this one that I went to on my birthday. Here you go. So that was a drink I had, some eat. It's all vegan too.
I have one suggestion for your group.
Yeah.
Of what we talked about. You ready for it? Go back to the top.
All the way to the top?
All the way to the top.
Okay. Oh yeah, my picture.
No, well, it's okay. I have two suggestions. Yes, get your picture on there. I'm gonna stop for a second on that. Well, let me just say what I wanted to say to you, then I'm gonna stop on the picture thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you should rename the group Tasty Cocktails and Bites in Tampa Bay.
In Tampa Bay?
Yep, that way it makes it, remember we talked about local?
I
Because-
had that.
Because if I don't like, I might like cocktails and tasty bites in New Jersey, and I do, right?
Yeah.
Or in California, and it doesn't mean I can't whatever, but I want to keep it focused on Tampa Bay.
I had
Doesn't
that.
mean I won't join from up there because I'm interested. I guess when I'm coming down to Tampa on vacation, I'm thinking about buying a house there. But making it in Tampa Bay will attract more people locally, and it'll attract people that are attracted to this area. So that's my one thing on that. The picture. Is anybody here self-conscious about using the picture and stuff?
No.
Amen. Thank God. I had a realtor. She's she's another one. She's been a top realtor for over 25 years. She's like the #1 realtor in Dade City. So way out in the middle of nowhere on the farmland. She was raised there. She grew up there, whatever. And she fought me tooth and nail, wanted her picture on nothing. And I said, let me explain something to you. We did this the other day when we talked about this. There are different types of learners. There's visual learners, there's auditory learners, people learn by doing. Well, guess what? You tell me your name, I'm never going to remember your name. I know the 3 of your names. I'm so proud of myself for that. And it's not that I don't care, and it's not that whatever. I'm not good with names. It's just, you know, I can do memorization work for hours. You know, you can. I can do a couple lectures. I'm a Freemason. I can do a couple lectures that are an hour long, word for word, not miss a word. But God forbid, in the beginning, I have to say Brother Smith because I won't remember Brother Smith's name. It's just how I am. Okay. Anyway, but I'll remember a face forever.
Right.
Other people, the other thing I can remember forever is a phone number. For whatever reason, I could tell you people's phone numbers. Let's give up my age here, but I could tell you people's phone numbers that I used to call in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I can still remember the phone numbers. I don't know anybody's phone number now because they're all saved and I don't look at them. Actually, I do know a couple of people just because I see numbers, I remember them.
Right.
I see faces, I remember them. I hear a name. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, what are you doing over there? Oh, it's Jerica. Oh, yeah, right. People will see your face. Well, I want people to see your face, see your name, because that may be how they're relating to you. So get your face on that. If you need help with that, I'm happy to do
It's
that.
Canva that I can do that with, right?
Easily. Just remove the background from the picture. I always try to do a full body shot. You don't have to use the full body, but maybe even from the knees up or the waist up, it looks better.
So I can remove that background, the whole.
If you take a picture of yourself, I would have to take a picture of yourself like against the wall.
I can use the picture I have already.
Yeah, and just remove the background.
Okay. Oh, of mine, yeah.
Yeah, and then put it on there. It looks like you're standing in front of it. If you ever notice the same, you'll see the same 2 or 3 pictures of me standing in front of wherever.
You know that costs, right?
Couple of those.
Do that? Take the background, it costs $7, $8.
It does it for free on an Apple. You have it built into. It's built into Preview.
Oh, well, somebody needs to do that.
Okay. Yeah. You'll see pictures of me where. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You'll see pictures of my dog and I on the beach in Brigantine, New Jersey. My dog's from Tampa. He's never been to.
Yeah.
He's been to New Jersey. He's never been to Brigantine, but he looks like he's been there.
Right.
I got him standing on the world famous boardwalk in Atlantic City. He's never been there. Same picture. You just move it around because I took the backgrounds out. The picture of my dog and I. You guys have seen that picture? It's on my business card. He and they're standing together. That's a picture of me in an office that we did in front of a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a picture of him sitting on the flybridge of my boat.
Right.
It's not even the same year those pictures were taken. All right. You had another question. What was it? Put you on the spot. Do you remember? I don't remember.
You have a Mac computer?
Of course I do.
Do you can do it for me then?
I could try.
I can send you the picture and then you can put mine. Okay.
Make sure it's full body.
I got you, it is.
Okay.
Same that I use.
Well, I don't remember what the question was.
So, I was saying, so you two are set up. What I need you to do is start getting people on it.
How do I get people on?
Okay. There are a couple ways that you can get people on it, and I need you thinking about what your group's going to be. Let me back up because I want to answer that because this is really important.
I'll have 4.
Of all your social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm not going to say YouTube. I keep YouTube separate because it really is a separate thing. It is considered social media, but it's more of a media as much as it's not really social. Yeah, it's video, right? But of all the other ones combined, none of them are bringing more clients to risk than Facebook groups right now. And that's because of the age, the demographic, and the power of them. I don't have the statistic, but it's less than 8% last time I heard of realtors have a Facebook group. Less than 1% are using them. And that's where the #1 place where people are getting clients. They're getting them from YouTube. They're getting them from Facebook groups because this is where they're built. Facebook communities now, okay, that are built like this, are what I am calling the 21st century corner bar. I don't know where you guys grew up. You grew up on the East Coast, but in Florida. Were you in Florida?
No,
Where were-
Ohio.
Ohio, so you might be able to get this. In industrial areas, in cities, in the 20, not the 20s because or 30s because there's prohibition, but in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, it was really prevalent. Areas where Jarrett was coming from in New Jersey, there were neighborhood bars. I used to love driving through Perth Amboy, South Amboy, Perth Amboy.
Right, I
And
used to live by
in the
one.
middle of a block, you'd see house, house, house,
That was
bar,
what I did.
house, house. And the bar looked like the house, but it was a bar.
It was
And if you ever go into one of those places, they're the best food you will ever eat. But I digress.
I used to live right by
Right.
neighborhood bar.
These neighborhood bars, what would happen is everybody come home from work, they'd finish dinner, kids would do their homework, go to bed, whatever, and the husband or the husband and wife would go down to the neighborhood bar, and what would they do? Talk about their day and get to know their neighbors. And that was their outlet. They went down, it was 2 doors down, they went down and everybody was there. And these Facebook groups have become the neighborhood bar of the 21st century. I have people on my groups that are in there 20 hours a day. I swear they don't sleep. Every time somebody posts, they're putting it in there. And the beauty of those people, as long as you gotta sometimes discipline, but the beauty of those people is they've taken ownership of the corner bar. What's his name? George Wendt just died, but everybody saw the TV show Cheers, right? No, it's too young, right? And Norm had his bar seat, right? Norm had his bar seat in Cheers, right? These people have their bar seat in your group. Bettina's group, how many people are in Brandon now? 5,000, 6,000 are in her group in Brandon. This is Bettina, by the way. For lack of better terms, create your own bar stools in these groups and get people in there. So how do I get people to go? First of all, invite all your friends. It may not make sense, and I know, and they're not always jumping on to do it, right? The second way, nobody wants to hear this, but it works. I have an ad that I run. This is what I did with my Newport Richie group. Were you at my 50th birthday party? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So my day I turned 50, I was sitting at a conference table like this, getting ready for class. I had no idea they were having a surprise party for me. And I created my Newport Richie group. So to give you my age, to give you whatever, that I created that group, not really knowing anybody in town, on February 2nd, 2022. So that's 3.5 years, basically. It'll be 3.5 years next week, 2 weeks, yeah. That now has 40-some thousand people in it. What did I do? Yes, I have a page that I built with it, and I tried to invite some people, and I got a couple people that way. I knew less than 50 people in town. I invited my personal friends, right? Many of which never even heard of Newport Richie because they're from New Jersey or wherever else around the country. So I really didn't get much personal on this one because nobody even knew the town. I put an ad on Facebook that went like this. I should read it, not whatever, because I have it and I'll give it to you exact words. But it had a thing to follow my page, right? Find out everything happening in Newport Richie, Florida by following my page. Also, get to know your neighbors by joining our local group or community group or whatever I've written, and it has the link to the group in it, and popped it out. I set a budget, you ready, of $1 a day. I ran it for 3 months. So let's just exaggerate. I spent $100 tops. Once that money was spent, once you get to a certain level, as long as you're in there kind of putting the content like we're talking about, when was the last time you did anything to grow your Brandon group? Oh, that's right. You never did. I did it for you. All right. When was the last time I did anything to burn? That's not true. That's not true. You did a lot.
I did.
You
I
did.
built
You
that
did.
group. I
You did.
invited
You
everybody.
absolutely did. You did. You invited everybody. But what? 4 years ago? 3 years
Yeah.
ago? It's been a long time since you did anything to grow it. Every week, how many people are on that welcome list that comes
Oh
out
my
on
God,
Friday morning?
yeah, every
Hundreds?
day there's- Yeah.
Hundreds?
Usually
We have to go in every day and I help you sometimes, by the way, because those
Yeah,
lists are crazy.
I know.
But, and you got to remember, I have 64 of those groups now. You hundreds and hundreds of people, because once it gets to a point, the ball rolls. The hardest thing to do is to get 10 people in a group. The second hardest thing to do, but it's a little bit easier, is to get 25, and then 50, then 100. There's somewhere around that 200, 300 mark that all of a sudden it's like you pushed this ball up the hill and it just now goes down. And as it goes down, it gets steeper and steeper and steeper. So my real advice is cough up $60, $90, get those first couple hundred people, get the conversation going, decide if you want to continue doing it or not. I'm doing it right now. I've got 8 members. I was telling Angela, I started a ministry website. I have 8 people in my group. I can't get anybody to join. I've got 75 followers on the page. I keep inviting, nobody will do it. Nobody's joining. So now I just put the same ad out and we'll see how it works, because it's a different thing than real estate. But either way, once I get that ball rolling, you can't stop it.
Yep, and you don't even have to do anything anymore after that. And people, and the good thing is too, like when you use companies or when you go to places, you'll be the one to review them. So let me give you an example. The other day,
Yes.
I had my daughter use somebody that she found off of Instagram to do her car, right? To just make sure that everything on the inside was done. Well, obviously we paid them, but they did such a great job that one of the things that you can use as leverage too is, hey, I have this page and I'll let you join it for free, and you can, also advertise your business, because it doesn't, affect me because I'm the real estate agent of the group. And you can advertise your business there and let people know also that you're advertising in there. And then they're gonna tell people too, hey, I'm advertising, or I'm a part of this group now. And so when you go to local places that just brand new opened or anything like that, or that you hear about, or especially if like there's events going on in your area and you're just a vendor or pop-up, or you're just going and you invite people, now they're looking to you anyway as the expert in that area.
Right.
Or who can I trust? Because if I am telling you, hey, I use these people, look, here's before and after pictures, and this is my daughter's car. Like, this isn't some stranger's car that they're advertising off of whatever. Like, this is the before and after pictures. I know that this is mine because you're putting your name on it from the group. Now people are more apt to be like, okay, let me ask her about, do you know an AC guy? Do you know this guy? Do you know whatever? And also, by the way, I have 2 friends that are looking to either buy, sell, or rent their house. So you're getting messages from people you don't know, because you're also allowing people like that you use personally onto your group.
Yeah, you're creating a cartel of people that recommend you and you recommend them. And that's a great point, because that is the other thing. And I'm glad you said that, Bettina. Create flyers. Always have them with you. You can create them here and print them here, so you always have them with you. And hand them to people. Say, hey, I know you're interested. You're interested in cocktails and bites. Join my group. You're going to love it. Go into the local business. Like Bettina said, you can walk downtown if you have a downtown in the area you are. Hey, I want you to put your specials on here every day. You're a restaurant, or if you're doing a special for whatever, and pop them on there, and that will get people to join. Remember something about business owners. Most of them, at least if they're going to stay in business, know a lot of people, and so when they join, one of the things is when they hit the like button, or even better, they share something. Guess what happens? Yeah, you're like 35 of their friends just jump in and join your group. And it happens just like that. So I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. I think Rosemary was on for a little bit, but because I want to show some stuff up here real quickly, and we'll go. All right.